Alright. Hey guys. Well, welcome to the last part of the 4th of July Anti-Spectacular. I'm a little tired right now. Sorry guys. I'd originally filmed this last part, but the file was lost. So, refilming it again. This is Energon Starscream. Now this guy means quite a lot to me. This isn't the original. This is another copy that I bought over at my first Comic-Con. He was about 10. He didn't actually come with any accessories or anything. He just came sort of as is. Now you might notice, Via got this transformed horribly, horribly wrong. Yes, that is because this is how I would transform him into his jet mode as a kid. Well, as far as I know, you have to move this whole thing on this big hinge. There we go. Flip this around. Do the thing. And this part is a little annoying. What you do here is that you kind of have to finagle this. Essentially just sort of fit these through the holes here. Through the gap is what I mean. Gotta fit this thing through the gap, and yeah, it's not entirely pretty, to be honest. I never could figure out, this is probably why I never transformed it the right way, but I also never could figure out how to do this without it damaging or worrying about scraping something. There we go. Then we are meant to sort of, let me see, plug in these bits. See this? This is meant to go in a little hole somewhere around here. Sorry, I wish I could zoom in. But there's nothing really I can do. I don't have a cell phone. This is the best we got, guys. It's meant to just plug in right there. There we go. Yep, this is what he's supposed to look like, which looks a lot cleaner, a lot nicer. But, well, as a kid, I either wanted something simple enough to transform that didn't, involve scraping arms, and I also didn't want something that, also just threw away the instructions, basically. So yeah, as you saw, he has landing gear, but sadly none of it rolls. But oh well. So, Starscream, this version of him anyway, means a lot to me because, Christmas of 2004, or perhaps 5, I had gotten a couple things, actually. I got one of those clamshell Game Boys, the Game Boy Advanced SP. I got a little toy puppy thing that, not an actual puppy, I mean a toy that did little flips and barked. That was pretty cute. And I got two other things. I got Energon Hotshot and Energon Starscream. Now, as much as I really liked Hotshot and I really loved his car mode, if I were honest with myself, I liked this a lot better. In general, he just looks a lot cooler. He looks really badass. Let me just put it that way. And I really loved all the molding detail, the insignias, the bits of like cybernetic and battle damage and all that sort of thing, which will become more evident in his robot mode. And I would end up discovering light piping through him and just all sorts of things. Absolutely love him. You can fit in this accessory. Well, actually, it goes in on this side. Just do that. There we go. He is meant to have a spring-loaded gun and missile accessory bits, but this didn't come with anything. I had to purchase the gun separately. The reason why I don't have the original is because I believe he's in storage somewhere in another state, actually. Well, when Mom and I moved here, we ended up leaving behind a lot of things. In general, my collection is just half of what I used to have. Because, we move around a lot. But Always did remember these guys. So, let's get down to the transformation, huh? Let's just unpeg the legs if this one has not already done so for you. Just move that out, get that out of the way. You may as well push in the arms, and again, these are a little bit... I feel like the arms are one of the harder parts of the transformation. Just trying to move everything and manipulate it, and just trying to move it comfortably. We may as well move these bits as well. There we go. Now we move again. Move this on its hinge, and then on this hinge we fold. Oh well, we turn this around and then we fold it down, and then these tabs clip in like so. There we go. Move these fins up, swing them up. Then we have them facing forward, and then we open up the feet, and then just straighten out the arms. Ah, yes, and this clips in, or this sort of clicks into place, and there he is. There's Starscream. And man, he looks really good. Look at that. Now that's some light piping. When I saw that as a kid, I just ogled at it for hours and hours and hours. Not at a time, but maybe. But I was fascinated with it. It was incredibly cool. And seeing this whole sort of, well, it's not, now I know it's sort of a pseudo ghost Starscream thing, kind of calling back to G1, kinda-ish, but more or less. But either way, I really loved the details of just the machinery, and just how different this whole side looked from that side. That I thought was like, it was a disparity, but it looked so cool. The one thing that I can say, though, is that is negative. By the way, there's battle damage on this side, and not on this. The one thing that is negative, though, is the fact that this whole section, including these very vital joints, this is all translucent plastic, as you can see. And if you know anything about translucent plastic, is that it's not always a good idea to have it be parts of vital joints like this. That is what happened to my first Starscream. You see, this swivel here for the bicep, it got very tight, and it cracked, and it broke. And in spite of me not playing with him a lot, if you can even see that, no, not really. This is cracking, this shoulder bit, and I'm kind of scared. But oh well. The head can swivel. As you could probably see, the arms move out, you know. This sort of hinge kind of moves them in and out, but not much. You also have a swivel here, but the wings get in the way. You can, of course, move the wings. These actually are meant to come with their own missile accessories, and they're meant to be spring-loaded. Do that. But I not only don't have the missiles, but I don't want to move the wings out. It just doesn't look great. I'd rather keep it like this and make him look a little more natural. I don't know. How can you say natural about an alien robot? But oh well. Bicep swivel, as you can see, a little awkward though, just due to the shoulder bit and just all that sort of thing. It only really works when the arm is completely down flush. This acts sort of as a double-jointed elbow. This can move around, nothing at the hands, of course. Just, in fact, kind of difficult to tell that he has hands. Nothing at the waist, but the legs can move forward a good way. Back, yeah, not too much, because, again, this gets in the way. Doesn't really move out too far. Got a bit of a, a knee swivel. 90-degree bend. And, of course, the toes move up and down to your liking. So, not too much in the way of posability. But, this is what I had, you know? That's kind of what Energon toys were like anyway. Kind of bricks. Much like Hotshot. So yeah. Also, well, nowadays, I wouldn't really expect Starscream to have a big sword like this, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. And now moving on to this guy. Now this, I value just as much as Starscream, really. This is, see, I count Starscream and Hotshot to be like my first Transformers. This would be more of my second. This, I believe, is a repaint of a G1 thing. It was a set of different robots about this size that they all combine, you know, like Menasor and whatnot. But for some reason they seem to have brought it back for, I think this is Energon still. And I'm trying to remember what the name of the original was, but it escapes me. I know it starts with an L and has, I think, T's. Litten? I have no idea. Anyway, if you guys recognize this, then, you know, feel free to shout out the name. This is very simple, as you could probably tell. Flip this out on this hinge right here. And on this hinge. There we go. Sort of straighten that out. Fold these things up. These become the legs. And as you can see, this folds down, becomes the chest. And there you go. Got little hands that I touched up in silver. And that's it, really. But due to his small size and the ease in which you can transform him, I just brought this guy everywhere with me. I really love both of these guys. You know, they are sort of what introduced me to the whole awe and wonder of Transformers. See, I never really got to watch these shows as a kid. Whether it be just by luck, or, I don't know, circumstances, whatever you want to call it. I never got to. I watched the first Bayformers movie. I liked it. I watched the second one. I really didn't like it, and I stopped. And that was it, really. I did what I could when I played with the toys, whenever I could afford them. So yeah, there's that. I might say a couple things later. Probably not, but oh well. So yeah, the anti-spectacular. Was it spectacular? Not really. But you don't expect much, do you? Bye!